Hello, hello, hello! Loki back again with more Castle Crashers! Bang! Oh, that's me! That's not me! Chill out. How shocking. Alright, those are the main 4 characters that you start the game with. But we go into Castle Crashers and we have a lot more characters than that unlocked. But we're not gonna use them! We're gonna use acidy, magedy, person-y thing. Haha! Alright. Now in my experience, by the time you beat the game, you can have 2 full stats and 1 that's almost full. So we're gonna completely max out our magic before starting to work on our archery. But first, Volcano Store. We must get special food. It's called sandwich. But we're not gonna buy it here. What we're gonna buy is Spiky. Because it's always good to have a new pet. Yeah! He increases my defense, makes me tougher. Lord knows I need that crap. And we are maxed out on that. We are maxed out on that. It's a new weapon. 5 strength, minus 2 speed. We will get that when we have the money because I like to collect them all. Do you feel a draft? Dante is our best customer. Ha! Devil May Cry reference. These prices burn my britches. Do you feel a draft? Okay. Burn his britches. He's a fire demon. Ah, Lava World! Let's go! Let's do this! Hoorah! Rawr, 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 rawr. Magic-y, 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 death. Whee! Man, that thing goes a long way. Just like that. Hehe. Burn in the acids of death. These guys are incredibly fire resistant. As you can see by him living through a jet of lava hitting him in the face. That does not make them acid resistant, however. Ha ha ha! Death to the non-believers. Shun the infidel. All that jazz. I make fun of things to make light of them. If something ever truly deserved respect, I would not make fun of it. Stuff that I purposely avoid because of fear or trying to be respectful to the victims, like in Paris, it countermands the point. It just adds fear towards the name of the people who did it. Make fun of them. Make light of them. Act like they're nothing but children. That is how we piss them off. And how we make what they did seem lesser. Or at least that's how it goes in my mind. I have a weird mind. Made high school complete hell. Can't use it yet, but I unlocked it. Yeah! When you can't use a weapon you find in the environment, it just goes straight to the blacksmith, disappears out of the environment. But I unlocked one of their weapons, even if I can't use it yet because I'm not a high enough level. I believe it's a level 15 weapon, and I'm a level 13 guy. How about no? Yar! Yar har fiddle-dee-tee. The life of a pirate's the life that is... The life of a pirate's the life that's for me. I don't know the rest of the song, but we are a pirate. Look, we need sandwich to get through door. What's this? Enemy approaches. Take out the enemy, because that is what we do. What happens when take out enemy? Oh, simple. We get sandwich. And another one spawns. This is an easy way to farm your sandwiches to infinity. They will always drop a sandwich when you beat them, because it's needed for the door. And until you bust down the door, they won't stop coming. You need sandwiches? You come here for free sandwiches. Congratulations! We just got infinite sandwiches! You can have 9, so can't have any more than 9. And I'm using this light attack because we gain XP on the hit, not per hit amount. So the more hits I get, the more experience I get. But I'm tired of that. It's taking forever. So die. I'll just hit him with this repeatedly because it does a lot of damage. And I can pretty much spam it to infinity. Whee! Reminds me of a comic I've been reading called The Gamer. It is an awesome comic. Really well done. It's from South Korea, I believe. But they do a really good job with the comic, with the translation, everything. I love it. And the idea is amazing. I'll let you guys look it up and read it, but basically think the normal world in Korea with a fantasy world where people get superpowers as sort of an underground world. What would you call it? Basically, how do I put this? Final Fantasy is the secret life behind Korea. There. Get out of my life so I can take this down. Spam the— ow! I said get out of my life so I can spam this. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Gotcha. Haha. I don't think so. Get back here. I want your sandwich. Must replace missing sandwich from before. Yar har fiddle-tee-tee. The life of a pirate's the life that's for me. You do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Haha. I got it. Hey, these guys are ready to use their magics. Their magic. Ow. That burned, motherfucker. Max out our magic stat, and a hop and a skip and away we go! Off to the factory, here we go! The industrial castle. Now that we have sandwich, we can get in castle. We can get everything we've ever wanted. Mother Russia, sandwich eat you. There we go. My door. Here come these. The big bad side of this is the traps. The enemies spawn bombs and blade saws, but they're not that tough. I mean, yeah, they do a buttload of damage, but they don't come in too big of waves. They're not that bad. The biggest downside is the traps. This entire place is loaded with trap room after trap room, and it sucks. God, I need the shovel so I can get that spot, but I don't get the shovel until I go across the ocean. You may be wondering, why go out of your way? You are at the end of the path. In here is one of the 3 items we need to get across the ocean. And I believe it also has a princess in here, but not 100% on that. No, there's no princess in here. Because it doesn't have the right enemy for the princess fights. Does it? No, yeah, there is a princess in here. There is, because this weird guy is one of the kidnappers who bought a princess. Rent a princess! Come on, starting today, we have princesses half off! Oh, this frickin' one is a nightmare with multiple people. Because then you have to go together, or you'll be off screen, and there's always one person who makes it, no problem, one person who gets injured like I just did, and one guy who just flat out dies. Every frickin' time. Ooh, a crate. What could be in crate? Find out. It's an apple. Woo, health. These things hurt like a mother when you get hit by them, but they had a full heal at the end, so why not? Or almost full heal, because I have no defense, I have no health, so it's a full heal for me. Elevator. It's the elevator. Ah! Dodge the bombs! Haha! Can't touch me! Ah, that was worse. Sorry. I thought it would be better than doing the actual vocals to try and beatbox it, and no, I can't beatbox. I should probably actually try those things before trying to do them on screen, but you know, spontaneity and all that jazz. And all that jazz. Death. Incarnate. Yay! I've never understood why people always say fear incarnate or death incarnate, because if it was those things, it would also be impossible because it would have to be afraid or dead. It would have to be afraid of itself or dead. And if it's dead, it's not alive, and if it's alive, it's not dead, and if it's undead, it's not dead. I'll tell you that right now, the undead are not dead. They're not the Walking Dead, because the Walking Dead is Walking Dead. The undead are not dead, because they're undead. The very word undead means not dead anymore. Was dead, but isn't. Brought back from death. The Walking Dead is something that's like possessed by a spirit Nothing about it can be beaten or anything, because if you destroy the body, even incinerate it, the spirit's still fine. The spirit wasn't damaged. That's why it was the Walking Dead, or the Walking Dead, because you can't kill it. So for the show The Walking Dead and the game The Walking Dead I just finished beating, the enemies are zombies, they're not Walking Dead. By very definition. Because they're not dead anymore, they're undead. Aw, he killed me. Whee! These two are the final boss rooms, so they can be a bit of a pain. But it's fun to go back and forth, see which one I beat first. Yay! And restore my sandwich count. Because sandwich! Sandwich is love! Sandwich is life! Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Shrek needs to stop with memes. I leveled up already? Wow. Maybe it does go off damage. Or there's just the fact that acid does constant DOT, so that adds a lot of hits to the hit counter. One of the reasons I love acid is it takes a lot of damage, or the enemies take a lot of damage unless they're acid resistant, because it hits for the normal amount, which is a good bit, and then it hurts them constantly. Fire does the same effect, but a lot of enemies are resistant to the fire. Like, there's an entire section, like the one I'm in now, of like 2 or 3 levels where enemies are resistant to fire. Yeah, it sucks. And then there's just enemies here, there, and everywhere who are resistant to fire. But in exchange for that, fire does more damage, and a lot of enemies are weak to fire as well. It's really an all or nothing ability. Why? Why? Let's up my speed a bit, and find out. Hehe! Alright, ow. My back itches. Yeah, I'm getting up my speed so I can dodge more easily, because it really does help a lot. And for the enemies who are resistant to my magic, that's the only time I really use my archery. Plus, archery is a bit faster than magic, so, you know. When I have trouble with enemies using magic, I'll just switch to archery. But right now my archery isn't with Jack, so no point in switching. Do what you want, cause I'm pirate is free. You are a pirate. Alright. Come on. Come on! I think about Thanksgiving songs one day, and then I start singing pirate songs. What? Well, if you think about it, Americans were pretty much pirates because they were just criminals cast off into America to go make a new colony because Europe didn't want them. Simple as that. England didn't want us anymore, so they cast us off to another country to pretty much be exiled and start our own mini-country. And lo and behold, the undesirables decided they didn't desire to be desired and made their own country by taking it from lots of Indians. We killed like so many Indians. And yet, it's never talked about because it was done solely by our hand. Makes you wonder, will the Holocaust be taught in German schools? Because we did the equivalent to the Native Americans here, called it war, and never talked about it again. They talk about how the Americans greeted us with open arms. They always talk about that in schooling, but they never talk about how we greeted them with smallpox, weapons, all that jazz. To get a general idea, you could always go to Paint's Disney Tales song, whatever that one was called. I can't remember what he called it. Happily Ever After, Ever After. After Ever After 2. Pocahontas is in it. And it explains that whole thing really well. Downside to being big, you can't use your magic. Get back here! Dang it. Looks like I'm down to 8 sandwiches. Ow! That hurt. What? I didn't even get to get up? Well, you too then. Let's go re-equip, because this defense guy isn't helping at all. Boop. Boop. Boop boop be doop. Die. What? Nothing. You. Batty. No. Batty. Thank you. You can bite people's faces off. I like that. I will be keeping you because of that. Yay! Heal, heal, heal. Running, running, running. And a hop and a skip and away we go, away we go, away we go. Oh man, all the corpses and broken ladders are just saddening. Oh well. Death. Ooh, gold. Yoink. You are a pirate. Yar, fiddle-tee tee. You see, I'm doing it again and I didn't even realize it. Grr. What is that song from, by the way? I have no idea, I just know it's stuck in my head. I don't know where I heard it from, where it came from, nothing. Nothing. Alright, come on. We'll have to go back to a bunch of these levels to get those hole in the grounds. Those little X's on the ground mean that you can use a shovel and get a hidden item. Or hidden cash, or sometimes a hidden weapon. It's really up to debate. Sort of. Death before dishonor. We are doing really, really poorly, and I don't know why. I'm normally really good at this game, but I guess I'm just off my game today. I mean, I did start recording at like 8 AM, and I hate getting up before 10, but still, that's no excuse for all of this. You know what? There. What's the time at for the recording? 16 minutes? Okay. We got a few more tries in us. Whether I like it or not. Alright, you. Go! What's really sad is if you play mage, most of the time you're supposed to have a group. It'd be really nice to have a melee fighter with the group because the mage is more of a support. Because he does stuff like this. Not a lot of upfront damage, but he does DOT. So when you don't have that, it can be quite the chore to actually get anywhere as a mage. And I mean, sure, you have those red health vials that can bring you back to full health from anything. In multiplayer, if you die, they instantly are used on you. In single player, if you die, you're done, you're dead. They don't get used. It doesn't auto-use them. You always have to waste a little bit of its power. This game was made for multiplayer, geared for multiplayer. There is no change in difficulty when you have 4 people than when you have 1. So basically, in order to solo this, I have to be as good as 4 people playing side by side for their expectations. It makes areas like traps a cakewalk. Makes things like group fights or boss fights a pain in the arse, because they can juggle you forever and you'll never be able to get up. Of course, they also clump up for your spells, so spells are nice to have because they can hit so many people at once. But you can also do that with that jump slash I showed you. So, kinda takes away some of the shiny factor. Die. Come on, come closer. Come on, get higher, Christian, my lips. Faith and desire in the swing of your hips. That's all I really know of the song. Why aren't you using your punches? Why wasn't he attacking? Grumble, 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 roar. Hit them all, use my shield. I forgot I can't block their heavies. Okay, this will be a bit of a short episode. I am not happy right now. When I get upset with the game, I always quit. So you have seen my epic failure as a castle crasher, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. Goodbye!